Hey everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade. Today we're going to be taking a look at a wave pattern long here on gold, looking for a press back up to the highs here, and then taking the final target off 68.7, and because of the day type, we're going to take everything off at 68.7. So looking relatively strong in terms of the way that this is setting up. If we zoom out a little bit, you can quickly see that we do have a slight upward bias, right? We do see prices making higher highs, higher lows, all that fun stuff generally, but we're also pretty range bound. The price action inside here is pretty gross. We get down to the lows, it chops around, finally breaks out, comes back to the scene of the crime, chops around, pushes up, chops. You get the idea. Lots of chop back and forth. So now we have a strong break higher here that attempted to get back up to the high a day, and they didn't make it quite yet. And now we're seeing a little bit of a pullback, and in typical fashion, what I'm expecting today from what we've seen all morning, a pullback, and then it to chop around a little bit, but predominantly back up to the upside. So we're trying to get in with a deeper entry on this last chance here, back down with an entry at 65.5, and then looking to ride this move back up to the highs. Now, because of the way that the day has been shaping up so far, this could take a decent amount of time. We are expecting this to be choppy. So our entry is at 65.5. We're looking for a press higher here, up to our first target at 67.4, taking 2 off at 19, and then the final target up here at 68.7 for 2 off at 32. So if we can get both of these, we're looking at a pretty solid run higher for 102 ticks to lock in this kind of move back up. But again, it might take a little while, and we might get our first target and then whip us right back out again. So we do have to kind of play it by ear on how this setup starts kind of forming in front of us. But right now, we got a nice deep entry. We're expecting to see some chop with an upward bias, looking back up to 67.4. So give it a little bit of time here and see if we can get that target filled. All right, we're digging up into the highs. We tested our target, no fill yet, 67.4. So now we're just looking for price to continue and break that. There we go, we get our target filled. So stop is going to go not quite to break even. Because I'm expecting this to be choppy, we haven't been yet. Because I'm expecting this to be choppy, I'm going to give my stop as much room as I can for now, leaving it back at 65.1. So if it does come back and stop us out, we lose 2 off at 4. So 4 ticks, not really that big of a deal. And if that allows me to stay into the trade a little bit longer to try to hold out for that bigger target up here at 68.7, then it's well worth the excess, just knowing that we already locked in a good chunk of profit already with 2 off at 19. Risking 2 off at -4 isn't a massive drawdown. Now, well, okay then. Get a big burst up and we got our target fill. I was going to say, if we get rattled around a little bit here, we can look for areas that we can lock our stop in a little bit tighter, but looks like we got a little bit of a stop run on the high and that filled our target. So 32 ticks on that final portion there on a very fast pop through the highs. Beautiful move, beautiful deep pullback. That's what you need to be looking for on these more range type scenarios. Deep entries, so you have plenty of room to let it chop around, do its thing, and then still take its profit off. And because you've got in a deep entry, the profit targets end up being a little bit bigger. So it kind of pays you for getting in a little bit, kind of late in a way. There is a reason we call this a last chance wave. But overall, beautiful ride to the upside. 102 ticks on a relatively slow start to the day. And we're already going on 10 o'clock with the news just passed at 10. And yeah, 102. So that's going to do it. If you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. Don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com. And as always, we'll catch you next time.